Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another Animalia survival video. This time I was lucky enough to get a birth invite as a Barbary Lion. This time it's a new server, new rules and a lot of things to discuss. Here on Animalia's semi-realistic server there is something that you might see at first glance. There are a lot of different types of animals in this region. Well, this is because this server has a safe zone, or as I like to call it, a sanctuary, where people can grow, have birth, and cause no trouble whatsoever. It's a nice place and nice rule for new beginners and new players, but for me, it's a little bit of unrealistic and, as you know, not a huge fan of safe zones or sanctuaries. But still, yet, a peaceful life for us to grow a female Barbary Lioness. Because this is a sanctuary and basically a center point for every single new player, there would be a few problems. And one of them would be food, because there are just too many mouths to feed. But for now, food was going to be the least of my problems. For those of you who haven't figured it out yet, well, I got kidnapped by a random player and got placed inside of a mountain. Which in the beginning I thought it was one of our own, but once I toggled the names, you could see that she was just a random player. Now I don't really have trouble with this type of behavior. I actually find it really funny and I do think people are doing this for the funny stuff, but it happened more than once. And to make matters worse, I had to get myself unstuck, which I spawned on top of a tree. Luckily, because Animalia is a great game, there is no current fall damage, so we were able to escape unharmed. But if it were, well, we would probably die from it, and that wouldn't be a great experience. But once I was back again reunited with my family, we slowly began to grow. Until a few minutes later, the same thing happened. One might even say that they were plotting together, because this was specially targeted against me. And I know for a fact that this person will watch this video, and although I don't know who you are, I got my eye on you. So it was time for us to wait the endless 1 minute to get unstuck, and then get back to our family and finally grow into a sub-adult lioness. For now, I had no idea on the objective of the group. As you know, mostly I play solo and a lot of the times I just end up leaving the group, and this was going to turn out to be the same way. We had the opportunity of getting a birth in, which would make us stronger than most spawned animals. But at the same time, a solo lioness wouldn't really adapt playing the solo playstyle. So for now, I decided to stick with the group and see later on what my decision would be. But as I was about to leave the group, this happened. Just this once, I decided to tag along and see what adventures this group might bring us. We encounter a few minor setbacks because Animalia being Animalia, happy to see that I wasn't the only one getting stuck inside of rocks. Because the Pride moves as one unit, we decided to come back and wait for the one that was stuck to get unstuck, which took him a little while because of how buggy sometimes the terrain can be. Something that I was not really expecting was the sudden change on the objective, because we went straight into a random lion, killing him and a little lion cub that were feeding in a carcass. From here on out, I knew that we had a little fun adventure if we stuck with this group. There seemed to be a group of friends, so would make PvP a little bit easier for me. But for that, we had to restart our group because, as you can see at the distance, there were still some members in the sanctuary. But after catching up and debating a little bit, we remade the group and head out northeast to have a very interesting encounter. We found a solo rhino inside of a cave, yet very tempting. It wasn't really a very good place to fight him. With his horn pointing at us in a straight line and inside of a cave, it was just not a very good idea. Although a few of them were tempted, we decided to let that young rhino live and get ourselves something more juicy. We were able to take down a massive hippo, but the battle was not over because its friend, well, he was still eager to fight although the body was already down. Even with only 3 of our lions, because 2 of them crashed, the hippo made it safely to the other side of the river, which, well, he ended up dead, killed by 2 elder crocodiles. I would like to take this time to remind those of you who are new to the game and sometimes don't read the rules. The rules of engagement are simply if somebody dies, the fight must stop. This is a rule that is basically used in every single server, so it's best for you guys to know this so that you don't get punished. For now, we stand beside the gore and waited until it disappeared fully so that we could move on to the next area. While resting and recovering from the previous fight, we had a little bit of a funny encounter. A random baby lion came out of nowhere, but unfortunately, he was not welcome. Although we pushed them away, another lion cub came. If you ask me why we are not accepting lion cubs to our pride, well, I don't really know. Because after all, this is a group of friends which they decided not to have any outside lions. I just had to obey. It got even into a point where neither the pride nor the surrounding cheetahs wanted any beef with these lion cubs. Now that we were almost fully healed and there were no lion cubs in sight, a little problem arose. Well, that would be thirst, because the pond next to us was obviously filled with crocodiles. And the question came, who was going to die for a little bit of water? We had to be very careful, but the problem was already known that this was a crocodile-infested water. So drinking from it, we had a 99% chance of being grabbed. Question is, who's going to be grabbed? Although we tried to save our dear friend who got caught, we also got killed in the process. Now, for me, we were not even near the crocodile. Somehow, he was able to kill us. Here's a little photo to kind of see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little short Animalia survival video. Make sure to hit that like, the subscribe if you guys are not yet subscribed, because we're trying to hit, and a little comment for the YouTube algorithm. Get here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.